After the battle of Uhud, Rasulullah could be heard crying. When somebody asked Rasulullah that why do you cry after the war of Uhud, he says that there is nobody to cry over my Hamza. There is no one to cry over my Hamza. And for your tasalli, Ya Rasulullah, I will say that maybe perhaps there was nobody to cry for your Hamza, but look how many are here to cry for your Husayn. Imam Husayn buries his 6-month-old Ali Asghar, takes Zainab and moves towards the khayma of Imam Sajjad. Imam Sajjad is very sick, in and out of consciousness. The Maqtal says that when Husayn entered the khayma of Imam Sajjad, his back was a little bent. Zakham upon zakham from head to toe, blood all over his body. Attempts now to wake up Imam Sajjad. Imam Sajjad opens his eyes and looks up to his father, almost as if he couldn't recognize his father. And he asked his father 2 questions, looking at him now, pausing up and down, seeing the state that his father is in. And then he says, Baba, aina akhiyun Ali Akbar. Where is my brother Ali Akbar? Ya bunayya qad qutil. Imam Sajjad pauses, says, Baba, aina Abul Fazl Abbas. Where is Abul Fazl Abbas? How can you be in this state when you have your warriors beside you? And before he could go on and ask about every other shaheed, Imam Husayn says to Imam Sajjad, before you go on any further, know that besides you and me, there's no more men left in this army. Imam Sajjad the Maqtal then says to Bibi Zainab, Papi Amma, I need my asa, I need my sword. Why, Imam Sajjad? I need my asa to get myself up. I need my sword to defend my father. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I have to defend my father. Imam Husayn grabs Imam Sajjad, begins to cry, says, look, this is my imtihan. This is my test. You still have to take these women from Karbala to Kufa, Kufa to Sham. You still have to take these women across the bazaar of Sham. You still have to enter the courtyard of Sham with these women. This is my imtihan. I've come to say my khudafis. I've come to give you the ahad of imamat now. Imam Husayn leaves the khayma, stands there facing the khayma. He says, Habib ibn Madahir, Zuhair ibn Qayn, Muslim ibn Awsija, why is it that you are my valiant warriors, but yet your Mawla's calling you and you're not responding to me? Rise up from your sleep. Your Husayn's calling you. These are the women of Rasulullah. They have to be defended. And then the Maqtal says that for a brief moment now, Husayn moved towards the banks of Furat. He left a body there on the banks of Furat. He then says, Abbas, after you left, my back was broken. You've left me alone now. Who will look after these women? As he begins now his khutbah, his delivery, the sounds of crying from the women's tent could be heard. He stands outside the khayma of the women. Imam Husayn does, Ey Kulthum, Ey Zainab, don't cry, be patient, have sabr. Allah will avenge what happened to us today. And as he begins to say his khudafis and makes his way towards his Ul-Janah, he could hear a voice from behind him, and the voice is what? Saying, Mahlan, Mahla, Yabna Zahra. Slow down, O son of Zahra. Slow down, O son of Zahra. He looks behind him. Zainab Kubra is walking towards him. Where are you going, Bhaiya? We've been together since Rasulullah's time. You're leaving me in this desert with these men. Zainab, I have to go. This is my imtihan. This is my imtihan. She says, Bhaiya, if you must go, then let me give you an amanat from my mother Fatima. Takes him inside the tent. Amma told me that when Husayn wears his kohne libas, when he puts on his old clothes, know that he's ready to give his life. At that moment now, I want you to give him my amanat. What is that amanat? Zainab moves forward, kisses Husayn on the forehead, kisses Husayn on the neck, opens his button and kisses Husayn on the chest. What is this amanat, Zainab? Amma told me, kiss that forehead, that when no one had any weapons, they threw rocks at Husayn's forehead. You're here to cry for Husayn. Cry for Husayn. No one else right now is crying for Husayn but all of you. Why are you kissing the neck of Husayn? Kiss that spot that shimmered bin Zuljoshin. Why are you kissing the chest? Kiss that chest that 10 different horses will trample on. Bibi Zainab now mounts Husayn on the horse. Husayn enters the Maidan of Karbala. Do you not know who I am? He once again reminds them. Am I not the grandson of your prophets? Am I not the son of the daughter of your prophets? Am I not the son of Ali? From them they respond, we know who you are. We know exactly what your lineage is. We know what family you belong to. Then why do you want to do what you're about to do with me? We want to avenge the ones that your father killed of ours in Badr. And wallah, we will avenge that today. And the way that the historians wrote about Husayn's jung on the day of Ashura is incredible. This was a man who was broken. This was a man who was scarred, a man who was tired, bleeding, thirsty, hungry, and yet he controlled the plains of Karbala. When he moved, they moved. When he stopped, they stopped. And one by one they would come, and Husayn would kill one, and kill one, and kill one, and his lips would be moving. And the Rabi would say that as Husayn was killing one by one, he would say, you killed my Qasim, you killed my Ali Akbar, you killed my own Muhammad. And one by one he would begin to kill them one by one. There's no way anybody could withstand the Jalal of Husayn. And then there was an announcement from the Kuffar and the Munafiqeen. If you want to kill the man, attack the khayma and the women. When Husayn heard that, he made his way back to the khayma just to protect the women. And this is where the second khudafisi comes. Zainab, send me my sakina. A 4-year-old Sakina slowly approaches her father. He kneels down to a 4-year-old. They hug for a very long time. Sakina, I'm going now. I'm going now, Sakina. I won't come back. Now you sleep with Zainab. At night, if you're scared, your Zainab is there with you. And all she says to her father, what a difficult question. Baba, why can't we go back home, Baba? Up to my fathers in the audience. What do you tell a 4-year-old who just wants to go home? Once again, he mounts his Zuljana Husayn. You've heard this, Masaib. Now he mounts the Zuljana. And this time now he says, let's ride back in time into the Maidan of Karbala and continue this war. But his Zuljana would not move. Hey, Zuljana of mine. From morning till now, you've served me. You've been my wafadar. You've been my loyal Zuljana. I know you're tired. You also have scars on you. This one last zahmat of mine, just drop me in the Maidan of Karbala and you are azad. But the Zuljana would not move. If you want water, go to Furat and get some water. The Zuljana would not move. Almost as if to say, Mawla, I'm not tired. I'm not thirsty. I will serve you for as long as you can. And I'm ready to take you to the Maidan of Karbala. But your Sakina is holding my leg. Where are you taking my Baba? Husayn once again gets off the Zuljana. But this time, Sakina has said what she wanted to say to Husayn. Now she's talking to the Zuljana of her Baba. A Zuljana of my Baba. My Baba's very thirsty right now. My Baba is tired right now. From morning to now, Mayyat after Mayyat, Shaheed after Shaheed, please, if you can find a drop of water for him, take him to that place. If not, find some shade for my father. Drop him in that shade. I will say this to you, Sakina. Enjoy the last moments with your father. The next time you see him in the Zindan of Sham, clutching his head. May Allah accept your tears, inshallah. Allah continue to give this grief, inshallah. Husayn now for the second time roars back into the Maidan of Karbala. But this time Umar bin Saad says to his army, no more one-on-one combats. This time, surround the man. I was just reading in the Maqtal of Muharram this morning that when he asked Hurmala to get his archers ready, and the moment that Husayn enters the Maidan of Karbala, with Umar bin Saad's signal, Hurmala now told his archers to launch the arrows. Do you want to hear how many arrows were shot to one Husayn? You won't believe the number. You might think it's exaggeration. With these very eyes, I read this number. The Maqtal says 4,000 arrows were shot at Husayn. One Husayn, 4,000 arrows. They came onto the man like rain, hitting him everywhere, on his shoulder, on his neck, on his forehead, on his leg. and he ripped them out one by one, ripped them out one by one, ripped them out one by one. He attacked the army. He fought like I've never seen before. But there came a moment now where Husayn got tired, Husayn got thirsty. How much can one man bear? And the Maqtal says that for a second now, he stopped his Zuljana. And off to the side now, he just waited. And that's when Hurmala. Last night's Masaib is in your minds. That's when he dipped his arrow in poison. That's when that 3-prong arrow, only 2 3-prong arrows were used on the day of Ashura. One was for Ali Asghar's neck, and one was right now for the chest of Husayn. Hurmala, arrow hit the chest of Husayn, and that arrow was that arrow that made Husayn fall from the horse. I haven't read this. I don't claim to read this. Every other shaheed had one common thing they would do when they would fall from the horse. Assalamu alayka, ya Aba Abdullah. Now Husayn's falling from the horse. I don't know who he's calling, but my heart tells me he goes to Medina. Amma, I'm falling from the horse. Husayn is on the ground of Karbala. Husayn's body is on the plains of Karbala. Husayn is weak. Husayn can't bear any more pain. They start to close in on Imam Husayn. And I'm sorry for the details. You have to know the dhulm that happened to your Mawla. I'm not even reading half the Maqtal, just a little bit more, and that's it. The hearts can only take so much. We're hearing the Masaib, our heart is breaking. Imagine seeing the Masaib from Til Zainabiyah. They close in on Husayn. One mal'oon from a very short distance shoots an arrow to the point where it hits Husayn right in the mouth, takes out the arrow. The Zuljana of Husayn is circling now the enemy, is circling the enemy. Umar bin Saad says, grab the Zuljana. This Zuljana is worth so much money. Grab him, try to capture him. The Zuljana kicks and defends and kills 30 people, 10 different horses the Zuljana did, and then they left him alone. Let's see what Husayn Zuljana does. Husayn Zuljana slowly approaches Husayn, rubs his body against the blood of Husayn, rubs the other part against the blood of Husayn. Oh, wait, takes this blood and goes towards the khayma. He begins to make noises. The Zuljana, Zainab comes out. She sees the alam of happening. She can't see her brother. Thousands around Husayn. My Husayn on the ground. Then she stands there on that maqam. Then she says to Umar bin Saad, Umar bin Saad, this is Husayn. Hada al-Husayn. Umar bin Saad says then, what are you waiting for? The man is nearly dead. Finish him off. But nobody had the courage to come forward and behead Husayn. And that's when the poet says, from the perspective of Bibi Zainab, where she says, the poet says, that I ran and Shimmer ran. I ran to Til Zainabiyah. Shimmer ran to Husayn. Bear with me, have your patience. I'm sorry. Shimmer approaches Husayn. Shimmer begins to kick Husayn's body. I'm sorry. Shimmer pulls out his dagger, begins to stab Husayn. At that moment then, Jalisu ala sadr Husayn. Shimmer turns Husayn over, sits on the chest of Husayn, grabs the beard, 13 times. The ground began to shake. The sky became black. There was a voice amongst the darkness. قَدْ قُتِلَ حُسَيْنُ بِكَرْبَلَا. Hussein has been killed. The Zuljanah goes back to the Khayma. My last statement. The Zuljanah goes back to the Khayma. The women come out. There's no Hussein. They fall at the feet of the Zuljanah. A 4-year-old Sakina comes out of the Khayma, wraps her arms around the Zuljanah. Do you remember? I asked you for a favor. Get my Hussein some water. Just answer me one question. When he killed my father, did he give him a drop of water or not? Va Husayna, Va Aliya, Va Muhammada, Matem Hussein.